other clients that target baby boomer women, or expats with foreign bank accounts under the FBAR regulations. I mean, there's so many different niches. Here's what we've found. Write this down. It's the niches that lead to the riches. It's the niches that lead to the riches. It is very difficult to build and sustain a financially successful law firm without having at least one niche. You can have more than one niche. You can't have an unlimited number. But it's the niches that lead to the riches. The attorneys who are struggling in today's marketplace are the ones who are trying to be a jack of all trades, because intuitively we know that a jack of all trades is also a what? A master of none. We know this stuff. So why do we continually try to be the jack of all trades to all of our clients? Be a master, be a specialist. Try to identify one or two or even three niches that you could go after. Next. Yes.
But if you, I mean, I understand it's the niches that lead to the riches, but like, you know, at least from different areas of law, you could sell. What about selling into your files for different areas of law that you may not be a niche in?
Yeah, that's fine. Once you get them in the door, how do you sell to your existing client base? And what services do you sell? You can sell pretty much anything you want once you get them in the door. What I'm talking about is your go-to-market strategy is that you're a specialist. The position that you take in the marketplace with your outward marketing is as a specialist. Your internal marketing to your existing client base could be much broader. So when you go to a networking event, and this happens a lot, you go to a networking event and you'll meet a business attorney. Let's say you're a business attorney, you go to a networking event at your local bar association and you meet Mr. Business Attorney and you say, well, tell me about your practice. Well, I live in this part of town and I work on this and this and this, and I do contracts and I set up LLCs and I do operating agreements and I serve a couple of clients as an outside general counsel, and I also do some business litigation. And what they really mean is that one time one of their best clients asked them to handle a commercial litigation case because they got into a partner dispute, or they needed to sue somebody, or they were being sued, and they asked them for help. And they didn't really want to do it, but they felt obligated because they were a really good client and they'd always paid their bills on time and they wanted to help the guy out, and they figured they could settle this, within a few months with a few meetings and letters and whatnot. And that's what happened. They don't really do business litigation, but it makes them sound, more important in their own mind. And what they don't know is that attorney B that they just met, all he or she does is business litigation and wouldn't touch transactional to save his life because he finds it boring. All of a sudden, what this attorney has done is turn that person into a what? You know it, a competitor. Right? Because now I do business litigation. Nobody's hiring them just to do business litigation. They happened to handle one a few years ago. But because they feel compelled to list every single possible practice area they could do, from alternative dispute resolution, ADR, to zoning, from everything from PI to IP, to be all things to all people, because one time they handled a PI case and one time they filed a trademark, does not make them a patent attorney. Does it, Mike? Right? So don't try to position yourself as the be-all, end-all, as I can do everything. When you're meeting people at networking events, when you're talking to your referral sources, when you're marketing yourself on the internet, position yourself as a specialist. Once you get them in the door, if you choose to practice in other areas, that's great. I have no problem with that. You have an internal marketing capability to mine your files. Now, you say, hey, I don't want to practice divorce, so if a business owner client of mine comes in and is going to get divorced, or I don't want to handle personal injury or whatever it is, that's great, refer it out. I have no problem with that. In fact, you probably should, because you don't want to practice incompetently. That's a great way to lose your license or get disbarred, right? So you can always refer that business out, but you're educating your marketplace about the other practice areas that you can do. Sometimes the worst practice areas are the ones where you have two partners that do things very, very differently. Very different practice areas. Or you have more than 10 attorneys in your firm. They are terrible at cross-marketing. I walked into a business and an estate planning law firm in Manchester.